I got a full face of makeup products from BeautyMNL's 10/10 anniversary sale. Please continue watching for my first impressions review and how to achieve this natural glam look. So I've already done my usual daytime skincare routine. My face is moisturized. I also have a bit of SPF on. But let's start off with the Ministar mattifying primer. So it's supposed to be shine controlling, pore minimizing, and all of that good stuff that you'd expect from mattifying primer. This one originally retails for 399 pesos, but I got it for 199 from the sale. Also comes with a pump, which is very convenient. Okay. I'm just gonna put one pump of the product and I'll just dot it all over the face. I also prime my eyes. I don't use a separate eye primer. So this is a very silicone-y primer. Reminds me of that primer from Sephora, as in from the brand Sephora, the in-house primer that they have. Skin's a little tacky after application. So for foundation, this is what I got from iMagic. It's a cream foundation. When I was browsing through the BeautyMNL app, for some reason I didn't see liquid foundation. They did have it, I just didn't see it right away. So I opted for a cream foundation. I actually never use cream foundation, so hopefully I can make this work. Let's see if I can open it. I got the shade Natural Beige. I don't know, it looks a little light for my skin. So it looks a little light for my skin, but you know, we'll make it work. I'm just using my Real Techniques Miracle Complexion. This is a Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. That's a mouthful. Okay, so I think it seems a little yellow and a little light for my skin tone. I actually have very yellowish undertones, so this one works for me, but the shade seems a little light. I think they only had 3 shades. So light, natural beige, and something that was darker than this. I probably should have gotten the darkest shade. I'm gonna buff this with my makeup sponge. I think I put too much on my forehead. See, I never use cream foundation. It's a little harder to blend. So I'm just gonna take this all the way down to my neck to make sure that I don't look like I have a floating head. But I forgot to buy concealer and I didn't want to use a concealer that, you know, I've already been using in the past. So I'm gonna try to use the cream contour kit also from iMagic for both concealing and highlighting, as well as for, you know, obviously the usual contour. So this palette actually had very high reviews in the mobile app. I think it was like 4.5 out of 5 stars. You know, I should have opened all of the packages before I started filming. The thing is, my nails are very short. I don't like growing my nails long. That's just one thing that I can't be bothered. Not bothered. You know, like I'll splurge on makeup, skincare, but with my nails, I keep it simple, just trimmed, short and trimmed. Okay, so this is how it looks like. Cream contour kit. I think this retails for 700 pesos. And then from the sale, it was 399. Packaging is nice. I mean, considering the price. So you have 6 shades, 3 highlighting shades, and 3 contour shades. banana, vanilla, cool pink, cinnamon, nude, and cream. I'm gonna try to use the banana shade just to lighten my under eyes. Like most people, I have dark under eyes. For some reason, I just forgot to buy concealer. So we will try to use this to conceal my under eye. Okay, I think I put too much. Okay. Now I have to blend away. For contouring, I'm also very used to using powder. I usually use Kat Von D, the Shade and Light palette from Kat Von D, only because it already has the highlighting shades. It also has the contour shades. The Benefit Hoola bronzer is something that I also use for contouring. One other contour palette that I like is the Marc Jacobs contour palette, the one that has a highlighter shade and a bronze contour shade. I think that one works very well for me as well. Okay, so I know that this is a first impressions, and I know that these are products that I haven't tried before. Just a caveat, like I said, I don't really use cream foundation and cream contour, so I don't know if it's because I'm just not used to using cream products, but I'm having a hard time just buffing and blending this. Similar experience with the foundation. I think I should have gotten the liquid foundation, and probably I should have looked for a powder contour palette. But so far the products are okay. It's just that I'm trying to get ready for work. I'm probably not gonna reach for this because it's taking forever to blend. Not bad once you've blended it. I'm gonna put a little more just on my nose. When they say that a little goes a long way, they mean it. Don't put too much product on my skin. So I'm gonna try the darkest shade, this shade right here, see if it does anything. Or maybe I should try to apply this with a brush. I have too much product on this side. This is gonna cake later on. Let me just buff and blend the sides again. I'm just using the, like the clean side of the sponge. By the way, since I discovered Real Techniques, I never went back to Beauty Blender. Like, I think Beauty Blender is a great makeup sponge, but Real Techniques does the exact same thing. It's just as soft. And it's like half the price. So why not? Okay, so I'm gonna go back with the darkest shade and see if we can make this contour work. I have a large forehead, as you can see. So I'm gonna try to narrow my forehead a little bit by contouring very close to my hairline, just on the side. I'm gonna try to contour my nose with, again, the darkest shade. I'm pinching like the tip of the sponge just to make it a little narrower, because usually I contour with powder, so I'm not sure how this one will work, but let's give it a go. This one is also from iMagic. This is their translucent powder. I think they have 3 shades available as well. This powder retails for $500, but from the 10/10 sale, I got it for, how much did I get you for? I have a cheat sheet here for $199. So let's see if this is worth the money. Again, with my short nails, I can't open anything. Okay, there is actually a lot of product in here. 28 grams, not bad. Comes with its own sponge, although I don't really use any of the, you know, like the built-in sponges. Bake with this powder. So I'm just setting my under eyes, the sides of my nose, the middle of my nose, my chin, my jaw, forehead. Not the entire forehead, just the center part. Eyeshadow palette from Novo Cosmetics. It's actually an eyeshadow palette, but it also has 2 highlighter shades. So I'm gonna use the same palette for my highlighter later on. What attracted me was the packaging. It's actually pretty cute. The shades are also very bright. I usually use this. I don't know what it's called. I've had it for years. I think probably 4 or 5 years. You just use it to kind of clean, you know, any excess powder from your makeup brushes, so you don't have to use as many makeup brushes. And you can switch different colors. Okay, so I'm gonna use this as my transition shade, just right on top of the crease. The eyeshadow is a little powdery, so I don't know if you can see it. There's a bit of fallout. I don't really mind fallout, only because I usually bake, so you know, fallout doesn't really bother me.
I'm gonna be fast forwarding the rest of the eyeshadow application because the video is getting too long.
to dust off the bake. I didn't buy any other powder, so this is the only powder I'm using to set my entire face. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It's giving me some MAC Mineralize Blush vibes. So I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little bit of shimmer. It's not metallic obviously because it's a blush, but it's not like a completely matte blush. So I don't really put blush like right on the apples of my cheeks. I put it like about here, and I drag it up. Highlight. I'm gonna be using this brush. This brush is from Morphe. I think this was from the Jaclyn Hill collection. I'll use the shade right here. It's like a white highlighting shade. I highlight my Cupid's bow and also the tip of my nose. I'm gonna be using the same flat eyeshadow brush for my brow bone highlight. So this is the Green Tea Prep and Set Spray from Pro Studio Beauty Exclusives. It's 30 ml. This retails for, how much was this? 400 pesos. Got it for 149. It's a little tiny, so hopefully this is good because I think even for like drugstore, not drugstore, but even for, you know, like an indie brand, to me that's a little expensive for 30 ml. So let's see. The spray is a little intense, so I think you really need to use this 12 inches away from the face as per package directions. Like my whole face is drenched right now. I'm gonna let that dry. I don't have my fan with me, so I'm gonna use this cardboard box. Next is this lipstick from Nicole Cosmetics. Now, as far as lipstick shades are concerned, I'm not really, you know, like a red or pink type of girl. So I usually use nudes or something that are in the brown side or in the mauve side. Mauve is probably kind of the more colorful shade that I typically use. But usually it's very, I gravitate towards nude shades. This one I think is nude, but a little mauve. The shade is called Wonderwall. Okay, now this is what I am the most excited about. This is the Ministar eyeliner and seal liner. So this one has like a stamp that makes making cat eyes easier. So I've always used eyeliner. I think I've been using liquid eyeliner, gel eyeliner for maybe 6 years or more. I think that's something that's just an easy way to kind of amp up your makeup look and make my eyes appear a little more awake because my eyes are very droopy. Again, if I can open the packaging. But even if I've been using liquid eyeliner or gel eyeliner for so long. I think doing a cat eye is still something that I find a little challenging. So, you know, it requires concentration on my part. It's not something that I can do, you know, just very easily. So this one comes with a stamp on one end and then a regular felt tip eyeliner on the other end. Okay, now I'm nervous because I'm gonna have to do it on camera. I'm gonna bring this mirror closer. So supposedly you're just gonna stamp this at the end to create your wing. Hopefully I'm doing it the right way. Okay, hold on. So stamp, stamp, and then line. I'm nervous. You know, the other thing about doing, you know, like cat eyeliner is that sometimes you take the wing a little too far on one side and then you have to also do it on the other side, and then it doesn't end up looking even. Okay, so here goes nothing. Not too bad. Not too bad. Now, the challenge is making that even on both sides. So, I did not make it even. There's a little smear right there. I don't know if I can fix it by stamping it again. Okay, now I'm gonna be using the felt tip just for the rest of the eyeliner. So I tried to make it even because I botched this side with the stamp. So I tried to make it even, but now I think the liner is just too big for my eyes. Novo Lashes Blendable Mascara. So the brush on this one is bendy, so it's supposed to make it easier to apply your mascara. I don't normally curl my eyelashes anymore, only because my eyelashes are too short anyway that I feel like it doesn't really make a difference. The last one is this iMagic Eyebrow Mascara. Now, my eyebrows are microbladed. I don't know if you can tell. So I never really learned how to properly do my eyebrows on a normal basis or on a daily basis. I don't really do anything with my eyebrows anymore. Although recently I've been putting eyebrow mascara only because I think I'm due for a touch up. My eyebrows are fading a little bit. So this one, again, gives me some MAC vibes. That's why I picked it. It's very, or at least it looks very similar to the Pro Longwear Waterproof Eyebrow from MAC. So I'm just gonna feather this a little bit. And I'm only using the tip for the tip of my eyebrows. I don't want to use too much product there. There's still product on the other side of the brush or the wand, so I'm not dipping back into the tube. So I'm just using the wand to kind of brush off my hairs, my eyebrow hairs. So let's start off with the Ministar Stay Matte Primer. This one, I'm probably gonna have to play around with a little more before I pass my final verdict. I'm not sure whether the oiliness is down to the primer or if it's because of the foundation. The iMagic Cream Foundation is probably something that I'm not gonna reach for again. Like I said earlier in the video, I'm not really very accustomed to using cream foundation, so to be fair, the blendability issue is really more because of that. But at the same time, since I have a lot of other liquid foundations that I can choose from, this is probably something that, you know, I'm not gonna use, to be honest. The iMagic Contour Cream Kit is something that I'm not gonna reach for again, not because of the formulation, but because of the shades. So the contour shades are actually too light for my skin. But if you're someone who has fairer skin than I do, then I think this palette might work for you. The iMagic blush is something that I will definitely use again, and I think this is something that I can also recommend. They have a lot of other different shades that you can choose from as well. This Lemonade Craze palette from Novo Cosmetics is something that I would definitely recommend. I think for the price point, it's definitely worth it. The eyeshadow performed really well. There's a little bit of fallout, but that's okay with me. The only thing that I didn't like as much would be the highlighter shades in the middle because, well, they didn't really show up on my skin. But, you know, just for the eyeshadows, I think, you know, this palette is definitely worth it. This iMagic loose powder, I think, is definitely worth the money. First of all, you get a lot of product in here. It's 28 grams. It also photographs well, so you don't get flashback. This cream lipstick from Nicole Cosmetics is something that I'd also recommend. If you're a fan of, you know, the traditional cream bullet lipsticks, then this one is something that you can try. They have a lot of shades that you can choose from. If you don't want, you know, to use liquid lipstick, you know, this is something that you can definitely play around with. The Green Tea Prep and Set Spray from Pro Studio Beauty Exclusives, I'm gonna use again, but I will probably not purchase again. There's nothing wrong with it, to be honest, but I just think for the amount of product that you get, you're probably better off, you know, buying some of the affordable drugstore options there. Not that this one is expensive, but I don't know, it's only 30 ml and you're gonna have to keep repurchasing the product. It's not gonna last you very long. The Novo Cosmetics mascara is something that I would definitely recommend. The formula doesn't clump, so your lashes don't stick together. The wand is also a little bendy, so it's very easy to apply. The iMagic Professional Brow Mascara is something that I'd also recommend. Like I said, gives, you know, a bit of MAC vibes to me. Particularly if you have thicker brows already, or if you have microbladed brows that just need touching up, this is something that you definitely enjoy using. And finally, the Ministar eyeliner is something that I would definitely recommend. So this one has the wing liner tip that you just stamp, and a regular felt liner tip at the end. The only thing is that you have to be careful where you place the stamp, you know, just to make sure that it's even. But either way, the formula is good. It glides on very smoothly. The ink is also very matte, so, you know, pretty good. So as far as my BeautyMNL 10th anniversary sale haul, I think most of the products that I got were hits. I had a few misses, some were down to the formula, some were down to usability, and some were just down to personal preference. But definitely, I found a lot of products that are worth trying and worth recommending. Thanks for watching. See you on my next video. Bye!